Hi, I wanted to share with you about my kidney transplant journey, just so that I've got this documented, as I love to share about education and life and what's happening. Anyway, also just to sort of clear up a few um, details, if you like. So, I'm actually really well. I'm really well. And that's the wonderful thing about all of this is that, and that's one of the most difficult things that I'm facing, is that I'm really well. I'm really busy. My school of fine tuning is thriving. I'm also running another business called Fine Tuning Treatments, which is doing really, really well and growing. And I'm really, loving my life and stable and steady in my life, which is amazing. So I was born with one kidney. In fact, I was born with two kidneys, but one of them, my right one, is only 2 centimetres. And my left one is about 10 centimetres. And I didn't know this until I was pregnant with my son, my first son, when I got what looked like preeclampsia. And so I have, so yes, they scanned me and they said, it looks like you've only got one kidney. So that's a bit of a long story, all of that. But anyway, I found out then I was 37. And then similarly, when I had my second son, the same thing happened. They sort of scanned me. They went, yes, it's kidney function, and we're going to do a cesarean section. So that was that. So after my second son was born, I was then referred over to the nephrology. Nephrology is the kidney unit and the renal team. So I've been under them for 16 years. And at some point they discharged me and I was sort of left to my own devices. And for about 6 of those years, I didn't take my medication, which was a bit naughty, but I thought I would do it all naturally. And over those years, my kidney function probably declined, not massively, but incrementally. And then my blood pressure was always sort of running quite high, which doesn't help my kidney function. And then can't remember how long ago it is, but maybe it's like 6 years ago, I had a bit of an episode where I didn't feel very well. Went to the doctor and they asked me about my medication and how I was and stuff. And I told them that I hadn't been taking my medication, of which they absolutely bollocked me. They absolutely went mad. So since then, I've been taking my medication all the time. And then every 3 months I go and see the nephrology team and I get my bloods done just before I go. And they've always said to me that when my GFR, which is your glomerular filtration rate, which is the effectiveness of your kidneys, when I was then, it was like 24, I think. And then incrementally over the years, it's sort of declined about 3% per year. It trends on a decline. And now that I'm in my 50s, it's declined quite a lot, to the point where when it reaches 15%, and they've always told me this, that they start to prepare you for transplant or dialysis. Now, the optimum is that you have, for me, at my age and my wellness, is that I have a transplant. And for me, that focus is where I want to head. But they also have to give you the information for dialysis as well. So anyway, around Christmas time, it was sort of at 21, then it was 18, then it went back up a little bit, then it went down, and then it went down. And so in July, it went to 15. And so the conversation has begun and the preparations have begun. So I don't feel any different to how I did. Well, how I have. I mean, I feel well and healthy and amazing because I look after myself. That's the good news, is that I look after myself. And I think because I look after myself, I'm doing really well, thank God. I mean, thank God, I'm doing great. So they've started the process. We've got, my beloved brother has put himself forward to be a donor. And we're going through the process of, first of all, making sure that I am able to receive a kidney and that I'm able to have a transplant. And that requires a lot of tests and scans. And I started today with a heart scan, a lung scan, and then I went to meet the dialysis team when they told me all about dialysis, of which I absolutely sobbed. I mean, I just sobbed. I was like, I just can't believe it. It's not a very pleasant procedure. There's two types of dialysis, she explained to me, and both of them were just awful. I mean, just awful for me. And the third option was transplantation. So I'm like, I definitely want to transplant. And so it's been quite an emotional day and just getting my head around it. But we're there. And then they said to me today, it's not knocking on your door. It's not like you're going to be rushed into hospital. In fact, I won't be rushed into hospital. It's going to be a very, steady preparation. And hopefully the steady preparation will be all successful, and that my brother will be a match. So I'm just going to get a tissue. That my brother will be a match, and that when it is time for my transplant, I think your filtration. She told me today your filtration rate has to be at 8 or 9 for you to then need either dialysis or a transplant. So I'm hoping that over this next year, and because I'm under the NHS, I'm sort of under their waiting list, but although I've got a live donor, that hopefully will push me forward a little bit more. I'm waiting, we'll do all the tests, and hopefully my brother will be a match, and that everything's going to be wonderful there. There's also a couple of switch out schemes in case he's not a match, but somebody else would like to donate. So just that whole procedure and the whole preparation. And also she was saying that the whole preparation takes a year or so because it's such a big procedure. And so there's lots for me to learn, lots of me to read without reading too much and getting too freaked out about it. She was saying, this is a lovely lady I met today on the dialysis team, but I'm yet to meet my transplant team. I'm yet to have quite a few other tests, and just lots of different tests. So I'm looking at my diary going like, and I said to her today that, I run a successful business and I'm really busy and I'm self-employed. And she did say that, they do try and keep your life as full as possible inside of these procedures. So I'm just hoping that we will go through a easy and graceful procedure. So thank you for everybody who sent lovely messages, by the way, and lots of love and support. But I just wanted to tell you that it's not happening immediately. It's not going to happen maybe even this year. It's probably moving into next year. And she also said that they don't transplant you until you need transplanting. They don't do it it doesn't work like that. They don't do it now, just like, okay, we're ready now, let's do it now. They do it when you need it. And so I'm just hoping that I get all my tests and that my brother's a match and that everything is in place so that when I do need it, that we're good to go. So I'm just hoping that my kidney function doesn't decline rapidly, because if it declines rapidly, then I have to go on dialysis, and that I just really don't want to go on dialysis. So that's what I'm getting my head around. The other thing is, after transplantation, I have to take a lot of medication. That's the other thing I'm really quite upset about as well. So there's a lot for me to absorb and a lot for me to take on. I'm not unwell, and please don't treat me as an unwell person. I'm a very well person, and I'm very positive and joyful. So please don't consider me as an unwell person. If I get unwell, I'll let you know. Even through my transplantation, I just want to be well. So I'll let you know when it's time to see me as unwell. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I'll keep you posted if there's any other. Today's quite a significant day for me. Well, a couple of weeks ago was a significant day when I found out that I had to have transplant, but it's taken me 2 weeks to sort of process that, and then today was another big day for processing. So I thought I'd share today and share what's there for me and for me. So everything's great, and I will keep you posted. And for now, let's crack on. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.